Welcome all, my dear friends. Let us enter into another significant arena of the world of patents that is known as patent drafting. So, after having a lots of discussions on the most significant sections, rules, and forms of the Patents Act 1970 and the Patents Rules 2003, respectively, let us enter into this beautiful and most important arena of the world of patents. Okay, so let us continue with patent drafting. Fine. So, patent drafting or otherwise we can say patent specification writing. Okay, and today I have taken the topic patent specification. Okay, so let us proceed with this. Now, a beautiful thought, friends. Just listen it carefully. Grasp the essence from the seed and let it drip from your fingertips. I'm again reading it, friends. Grasp the essence from the seed and let it drip from your fingertips. And that's called drafting. I hope it is clear. Fine. That means I have tried to explain you this term drafting in a literal way with showing some beautiful clips. Fine. I hope you get it. Okay. So let us proceed. Now we will have a comparison because whenever we say what is a draft, normally we go to its literal meaning. Fine. So first of all, we will go to the literal meaning of a draft. Fine. Okay. We can say that a draft is a preliminary version of a piece of writing. Fine. Or it is or we can say a draft is a written order to pay a specified sum. Fine. So this is the normal and literal meaning of draft. Now we will go towards what is a patent draft. Fine. Because this is the demand of our legal world or the world of patents. Fine. Okay. Let us see. A patent draft is a technical document presented in a legal format that has two primary functions. Fine. Number one is to establish novelty, and point number two is to establish inventive step or non-obviousness of an invention. Fine. Also, we can note it that patent drafting is the process of writing the patent description and claims. Fine. When the patent is issued, the draft is the specification part of the document. So, whenever you will try to understand the meaning of this statement that I have written in the note part, then your confusions will be clarified. Fine. So, just remember, patent drafting is the process of writing the patent description and claims. Fine. And when the patent is issued, the draft is the specification part of the document. Fine. So, the comparison has been done. Let us proceed. Now comes the most important content of the complete specification. What is it? This is claim or claims we can say. Fine. So the point is, or we can say the first point is, the claims define the invention which the inventor holds as his exclusive property and has the right to exclude others from making, using and selling. So friends, just take a look at the words whose background is yellow, because this is the key phrase of this statement. Okay. the patent right actually what it is about? It is about excluding others from making, using and selling. Fine. The next point is the claims specify the scope of ownership in a piece of property, that is actually intellectual property. Fine. Here also friends I have uh, given the actually just a second. Yeah, this is the old slide where all the contents of the complete specification are mentioned. Please take a look for your just to refresh your memory. Fine. Okay, let us proceed then. Now, see friends, what I have uh, given the title to this slide. The seed of the fruit. That means we know the very essence of a fruit is the seed. And seed is that part of the fruit which has the possibility, all the possibilities of life. So in this way, we can just compare our this particular content of the complete specification as the seed of the fruit. That means the most important content for the complete specification. Okay, what it is? This is claim or claims. See, the name of the game is claim. Okay, just remember this. The name of the game is claim. Okay, just proceed. Next, the next points are we can say that claims are significant in both patent prosecution in the patent office and patent litigation in the courts. Fine. The next point is claims should be drafted carefully to cover all the aspects of the protection being sought, at the same time adequately distinguishing the prior art from the claimed invention. That means this distinguishing is also a requirement. Fine. The next point is it is the claims which make a granted patent worthy of economic rights. Okay. That means this depends on the skill, how you write the claim or claims, and this decides the worth of the patent. This decides the worth of the granted patent in terms of economic benefits. Fine. Okay. Claims define the legal scope of the patent application. Fine. Just remember this. The next point is the claims must protect at least an embodiment. So what is an embodiment? This is a physical form in the real world. So we can read it like this. The claims must protect at least an embodiment of the invention. Fine. The next point is the best patent claims will protect the invention. That is actually a mental construct inside the mind of the inventor. So we can read it like this. The best patent claims will protect the invention itself so that no physical embodiments of the invention can be made, used or sold by anyone without infringing the claims. Fine. So this is the difference between a normal claim and a best patent claim. Fine. Okay. One thing here is to remember that friends, actually, it is the duty of patent office not to grant broader claims than desired. Okay, just listen and remember this statement very carefully. Okay, whereas it is the duty of patent agent to get claims as broader as necessary. Fine. That means here actually is mentioned that what is the duty of the patent office and what is the duty of the patent agent, and whatever is the necessary thing for the patent agent or the patent office, they should do that, although it may be opposing sometimes. For example, that's why it is written here. You just listen it carefully, you can find it. While it is duty of patent office not to grant broader claims than desired, it is the duty of patent agent to get claims as broader as necessary. Fine. So this way actually, by putting some limitations, the best claim comes out. Fine. Okay. The next point. If the claims are not genuine in light of the subject, at that point it can be rejected. And this is as per section 64, subsection 1, clause I. Fine. So for this, friends, just a second. For this, we can go to section 64, whose title is Revocation of Patents. Okay, and here I would like to recite the exact clause. Just listen carefully. That the scope of any claim of the complete specification is not sufficiently and clearly defined, or that any claim of the complete specification is not fairly based on the matter disclosed in the specification. Fine? Okay. The next point is, in accordance with section 10 subsection 5, the claims of a complete specification must relate to a single invention or to a group of inventions which are linked to each other by a single inventive concept. And for this, please refer section 10 subsection 5, where the title for section 10 is Contents of Specifications. Okay. Actually, this particular subsection of section 10 says, just listen carefully, the claim or claims of a complete specification shall relate to a single invention or to a group of inventions linked so as to form a single inventive concept shall be clear and succinct clear and succinct, and it shall be fairly based on the matter disclosed in the specification. And friends, I must tell you one thing, this particular subsection takes us to the concept of unity of invention. Fine, that actually um, we will try to analyze this particular concept in a separate lecture. Fine, okay, okay then. Okay, now we can say that broad and narrow claims have their own advantages and disadvantages. Fine. Though the applicant will want to have drafted the broadest claims because it is their duty. Okay. They attract objections from more prior arts. Okay. That means broadest the claims, more objections will come. Fine. So at the same time, writing narrower claims than possible allows easier design around to the competitor. Okay, that's why it is written that both broad and narrow claims have their own advantages or merits and disadvantages or demerits. Fine. Next, we can say the claims must, point number 1, define the matter for which protection is sought. Point number 2, be clear and concise. And point number 3, be supported by the description. Okay. And one thing you must remember, friends, claims must define technicalities and not commercial advantages. Just remember the statement very carefully. That's why I have given here as a note here. Fine. Now discussing about the rules. Okay, so there are two basic rules for infringement of patent. Number 1 is every limitation in a claim must be infringed in the claim to be infringed. Fine. And point 2 is if any claim in a patent is infringed, then the entire patent is infringed. That means the total area is discussed here. That means if a single claim is infringed, then the entire patent is infringed. So just remember these two basic rules. Fine. Okay. Now, some more points we can say only the very essential limitations should be put in the claim, even if it is a broad claim. So just remember this thing. The next point is the main test for including the limitation is whether it is required to define and describe the invention, or does it help to avoid prior art. Okay, that means we can say here, friends, the main test for including the limitation is either it is required to define and describe the invention, or it helps to avoid the prior art. That means either or condition, either to define and describe the invention or to avoid the prior art. That's all. Fine. The next point is, to infringe, the infringing invention must have at least all the elements of the claim. That means that this is the criteria for infringing an invention. Fine. The next point is, in case it has more elements, it still infringes. Fine. Also, next point is, but in case the infringing invention has fewer elements, it does not infringe. Fine. Also, we can say, simply because making an invention with fewer elements is much more difficult, that we can say. Hence, the claim must be drafted with minimum of elements, and this will allow the broadest of claims. Okay, so just remember this last point, friends. Not just, I'm telling you that this is the most important one, most significant one. Fine. So the conclusion is that hence the claim must be drafted with minimum of elements, and this will allow the broadest of claims. Fine. Okay. Now comes the most important and significant slide of this lecture, because there are some questions for you. Fine. So question number 1 is, claims define the legal scope of the patent application, true or false? Okay. Question number 2 is, the claims must protect at least an embodiment, that is a physical form in the real world of the invention. Or we can read it like this, the claims must protect at least an embodiment of the invention, true or false. Okay. And the third question is, unity of invention concept is approached in section 11 of the Patent Act 1970, whether it is true or false. Okay. So friends, please go through each and every slide of this lecture, and yeah, if you have any compliments, any comments, any queries, please put them down in my comment box, and also please try to answer these questions and answer all the questions in the comment box. Okay friends, happy learning. So friends, enrich your brain cell with proper food and proper knowledge. So thank you all my dear friends for listening to me and watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Please keep questioning, please keep learning and keep enjoying. Thank you so much. God bless you. Jai Hind.